In this video, I'm going to be doing a full physiognomy analysis on Clavicular. And to start, we'll check his side profile to see which of the 4 temperaments he can be categorized under. The temperament is associated with energy level and the intensity of energy that someone has when it comes to thinking and acting. From looking at his side profile, we can see that he has a mostly choleric temperament with some sanguine influence. He has a choleric jawline, meaning he has an obtuse gonial angle, and a choleric chin, meaning that his chin projection is level with his forehead. He has a sanguine forehead, meaning it slopes backwards and the forehead shape relates to a person's intellect. The sanguine forehead indicates impatience and impulsiveness with decision-making, and this is reflected by his willingness to start using roids at 14 rather than waiting until he was older, as he wanted to maximize everything that he could immediately. This impulsiveness also comes into play when deciding to do potentially risky and untested looks maxing interventions, as well as being willing to travel and arrange collabs with creators on short notice. Given his results so far, this trait has been a huge benefit to him, as it allows him to make rapid progress by taking immediate action, as opposed to suffering paralysis by analysis. The chin signifies the initial energy of action, meaning how someone behaves when they first meet people and how they start projects. The jawline signifies someone's long-term energy of action, how they behave in the long term once they've gotten to know someone, and how they endure through projects. With Clavicular having a choleric chin and jawline, it means that the way he acts when he first meets people will be the way he continues to act around them over time, and he doesn't try to alter his behavior to impact people's opinions of him when he first meets them. Cholerics are known for having high energy levels and being enduring when it comes to long-term goals and projects. His choleric jaw and chin indicates that when he starts on a mission, he remains dedicated to it over a long time period, which is reflected by his relentless looks maxing journey and his ascent in gaining status. Cholerics are natural bosses and commanding, which we can see coming across in his content and interactions with people. They're positive pessimists, which means that they recognize the obstacles they're faced with, but they're confident in their ability to overcome these obstacles and take actionable steps to do so. This is reflected by the point he has made about extreme times calling for extreme measures when it comes to the modern dating market, and needing to take extraordinary measures to max out your looks given the levels of hypergamy we see today. His sanguine influence may give him some added optimism, and this is reflected by him saying that, rather than focusing on what can go wrong in situations like starting a business or having surgery, why not focus on what can go right?
Like, there's risk to reward with literally anything. So I don't like people who sit here and fear-monger. Sometimes you just have to take risks. And this is like a very intrinsic thing with like the European man. It's like the European man, like you think back to Viking, like these guys would get in a boat, go to an island and like do all this shit, go to the moon. Like this is kind of just like in our nature to advance and do all this cool shit.
This is a prime example of the embodiment of the Faustian spirit of the Aryan man. Moving on to his face shape, we can see he has a pure rectangle face shape, which is known as the Mars face shape, and this stands for the warrior archetype. People with the warrior archetype unsurprisingly have a strong impulse to fight, meaning they aren't afraid to clash with people, and if they have a problem with someone, they will tell them directly as opposed to tiptoeing around it just to keep the peace. In his interactions with people, we can see he's completely unafraid of speaking his mind, which shows that he's not concerned about the consequences of a disagreement because he's confident in his ability to handle physical altercations.
Wrap it up, please.
Yo, you think you're in charge around here? Come here. Come here.
No, wrap it up.
Come here, buddy.
9 times out of 10, it's best to do on the 28th.
Hope I never learn even a tenth of what you know, because it is all garbage. It's all ridiculous. I don't think you made one good point, and I think you just do a lot of yelling because you don't know what else to say.
This shows a warrior mindset, which most people can sense, making them reluctant to come into conflict with him.
Hey, I don't know what.
No, I'm not asking you to come here, bro. Get out.
Are you gotta relax and stop talking to me?
While Mars face people will have combative tendencies, they will also be very caring and generous towards the people in their circle who they trust and are on good terms with.
You gotta learn some manners. Don't come up to him. Yo, where the fuck my product at? The fuck are you doing? Are you insane?
Asking, bro.
Well, you're being a dick. I mean, let's
I guess
be
I was
real.
being a dick.
Apologize to him.
Sorry, Lee. It's all good, bro.
Don't, you're trying to disrespect him right now.
No, bro.
Say, I'm sorry, can you not be a dick about it? He just gave you a product.
Sorry, I'm not going to be a dick about it.
No, you're being, all right, get out of here, get out of here. You're being a dick.
What? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, all right, he's a clip farmer. All right, let's go.
Bro, Clav always sticking up for the boys, though. W man.
Got to.
W man, bro. Spam W, Clav.
The Mars face mirrors some of the traits of the sanguine temperament, such as impatience and impulsiveness, and also signifies someone who's a big risk taker, which is certainly a description that's fitting of clavicular. Next, we will move on to his facial features, which will allow us to fill in the minute details of his personality. His eyes are medium in size, showing that he has a balanced perspective towards others, neither too innocent nor too cynical. They are almond-shaped, showing that he sees the world through the lens of his intellect, and they are hooded with minimal upper eyelid visibility, showing that he is independent and can function well on his own. His eyes are deep-set, which means he is calculated with his speech, and he doesn't feel a desperate need to be heard. People with deep-set eyes think about what they're going to say before they speak, so even though he may be quick-witted and says things that makes him seem like he has no filter, he does in fact have motivations and intent behind the things that he says, rather than being someone who blurts things out that they may later regret. He has average eye spacing, which means he is balanced between being big-picture focused and minute details focused. While he has diagnosed himself as being neurodivergent and on the autism spectrum, he doesn't have wide-set eyes, which are a telltale sign of autism. So while he can become deeply immersed into specific topics like looks-maxing research, he still maintains the ability to pick up on social cues as NTs do, even if his strength lies more with hyperfixation on specific topics than it does for most people. He has a positive canthal tilt of approximately 5 degrees, which means he leans towards prioritizing his own interests over the interests of others. He doesn't have the inherent selfishness of someone like Jack Doherty, who has a more aggressive canthal tilt of approximately 10 degrees, who seems to completely disregard the interests of others to meet his own interests, which is reflected by his insufferable behavior. Clavicular's honesty when it comes to only caring about his own lux-maxing journey and ascension goals is still enough to shock virtue-signaling normies, however.
I've seen 3 videos. One, where you said, you don't give a fuck about kids in Gaza. Please explain that. Don't give a fuck about them. I don't know. That's a bit, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit crazy, bro.
Right, but I mean, like, my entire thing is I am worried about, you know, doing whatever it takes, essentially, to become better looking, to become attractive.
His eyebrows are straight, which means he follows logic and rationality when it comes to decision-making, and doesn't rely on the consensus of the group to come to decisions. His nose length is on the shorter side, showing that he prioritizes quick action in his behavior, as opposed to spending a long time thinking about his plans before he acts on them. This is reflected by his willingness to start using roids at such a young age, and his ability to trial countless looks-maxing methods by the age of 19, while most people will spend months or even years thinking about going to the gym or ordering products for looks-maxing before they ever actually do it. This proclivity towards quick action is possibly the greatest advantage of his behavioural tendencies, since the barrier to progress oftentimes won't be failure to make the perfect choice, but rather it will be waiting too long to make any choice at all. This is part of the reason why he was able to rapidly grow his popularity in such a short space of time, because he quickly takes action when it comes to starting new ventures and organizing collabs with other creators. He has a snub-shaped nose which is upturned, showing that he is passionate, wild, free, spontaneous, and mostly lives for the here and now. He has no bump on the bridge of his nose, showing that he is cool and calm under pressure. His nostrils are relatively large, indicating creativity and a bold, expansive approach to life, which sometimes leads to having trouble finding his limits. His ears are slightly wide-splayed, which means that he is independent and non-conformist. His ears bulge the most in the upper third, which stands for being interested in intellectual, philosophical, and abstract topics, more so than social, emotional, or indulgent pursuits. Looking at his mouth, he has a medium-sized mouth, which means he is balanced between being introverted and extroverted, and he has full lips, which indicates being emotionally expressive and having a good sense of humor. Lastly, we'll analyze his ethnic subgroup.
Me, a white fucking Irish Catholic.
And like now I'm identifying as Irish, and I'm like liking other Irish people. My other Irish friends, I'm kind of like identifying with them as an Irishman. I'm like, I'm one of you guys, I'm Irish.
With Clavicular being of predominantly Irish ancestry, it means he belongs to the tribe of God's chosen people. However, it also means he will be carrying some kind of mental illness and be prone to extreme rage episodes and prone to substance abuse.
I think I've quite literally done every single substance that you can spell.
And have a view of skepticism of the darker races.
Clap, who's ruining America?
Mostly Mexicans. Mexicans, black people, Muslims. Mostly, it is like a lot of black people are running.
No, it's not.
To conclude this video, I believe Clavicular was indeed destined for major life success because he has a rare mix of having the right amount of neurodivergence to express thinking patterns that have a shock factor to normies, while also having the looks, charisma, and speaking ability to earn normies' respect.
Upper maxilla is super recessed, horrible infraorbitals. That's why your under eyes are coming in like hell. Really recessed chin. All the facial convexities are wrong. Her radix is recessed. Moving on. Okay, well, how much time do we have on the podcast?
No, go.